another edition of the Gator Nation Football Podcast Film Review. I'm James DiVirgilio, and on this special episode, we're going to take a look at Ole Miss's offense versus LSU. Florida's bye week provided me the opportunity to check in on what Lane Kiffin and the Rebels have been doing this season, as well as provide a direct comparison to what Billy Napier and the Gators did versus LSU compared to what Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss did versus LSU in this game. In fact, a lot of the concepts we discussed on that very film review come into play in this game, as well as many concepts we've discussed on the channel for years. So it does provide a nice case study on a different way, of course, to attack a defense. And in reality, after Florida fans have watched 4 years of pretty terrible offense, this might be a nice break to watch some quality plays here on film for a change. On this review, you're going to see several plays from this game, but if you do want to see the full review, that is available on Patreon. The link is in the description, where $15 a month does get you full access to each and every review that I provide all season long. All right, with that being said, let's hop into these plays and see some of the successful ones that Lane Kiffin and the Rebels were able to run on LSU in this game. Middle first quarter here, and we're going to see this is a nice setup by Ole Miss. Looks like man-to-man from LSU here. And the nice part about this play is Lane Kiffin's going to take advantage of the fact that, typically speaking, right there would be your snap. See the clap right here by Chambliss, right? He even jumps a little bit into the neutral zone for a second. But really, typically, you're going to see teams like Ole Miss do this a lot. Tempo teams do this a lot. Look over the sideline now. We're going to get a new play, perhaps. Check and confirm if this is the play. What's the look? Who moved? Who didn't move from LSU's defense? But this is all just a ruse. All a ruse here as LSU is going to get caught when Ole Miss is running a little bit of a gadget play on them here to hit this very simple dig. This is your matchup here on this dig. And this is all a ruse. Look over to the sideline. LSU now looking over to their sideline as they open up. Look at this. We're looking here. We're looking here. We're looking here. We're looking here. This is something that Ole Miss definitely picked up on film that they would do, is they would look at their DC and decide what they're going to do to handle this. And then you're going to get quick snapped. There it is. Pretty good stuff. Rewind it again here for you. Looking at the sideline. We're snapping, looking at coach. Ball's coming, and we still have, he's now looking, but we're still here. We're still checking. We are not ready for play, right? So when Dan Mullen was here, we talk a lot about play calling your way into points or creating easy ways to move the ball on offense. And right now, Ole Miss is down 7-0. Their offense has not started off well. You want to get into a rhythm. Find a way to help your team. Release here, and man, now we're manned up here on the safety. A lot of this we talked about too versus Florida. Florida never really attempted to take advantage of these kind of looks. LSU's going to give them to them, and Ole Miss is going to take advantage of it. Going to read first the go route in case they blow that one entirely. Let's get a tutty first. If a tutty's not there, let's take a nice chunk play here instead. Clean pocket in front of him. Delivers a ball that's right on the face mask, a little high, but we're good, and we're converting for a first down. That's an easy way to help your quarterback there, a little gadget play, something you pick up on film during the week, but a nice way to convert a first down, and Ole Miss on the move. All right, very next play now, first down and 10, LSU. Going to face a 2x2 spread set with a running back, going to motion out our tight end here. Safety favoring this side, Deuce's side, as you can see featured right here. And that's going to leave a whole lot of space to the actual play side that Ole Miss wants to operate on. And again, what are we doing here? You want to be attacking, right, the split safety. We talk about this so often, not only on Florida's own defense with teams attacking the split safety, but also in general with Florida being pretty much never willing to do just this, which is so simple here. They're going to catch LSU either playing cover 3 or in a bust. It's possible he's supposed to actually match this vertical. He doesn't think so. He's going to wind up just being an underneath defender. But again, you want to give them a chance to mess this stuff up. Little motion here, pulling them across. Safety again, slating on the side. Pre-snap as a quarterback, you're feeling really good about this. We're going to fake a screen here, pull him on a vertical here. Look like we're going to block for a second and then hit this seam route, right? Easy money here. Easy money. The safety is not in play. He's not a player when he's sliding over here. Here it comes. Look over there. There's your pump fake. Why are we doing this? We just want to make sure he stays here, right? This is all for him to stay over here. We don't want him getting over here. This is the matchup that we want, and we're going to look like we are blocking in the slot. Notice how our posture is that we're going to kind of block for a second. Why? Because maybe we're going to send him out here and hit this, but we're just kind of trying to lull him to sleep here with this route. This is not like get on him and cook him. It's more of keep his eyes in the backfield, as he's often going to be a bonus run defender here, and he's underneath. We want to make sure he sees this and thinks, oh yeah, I got this. I'm going to make a play. And now we open up an ID. Quarterback looks good. Posture looks good. And now notice, he is passing him off. He's looking into the backfield. He sees the running back. He's passing him off underneath. He's going to let him go. There's nobody there to help. And he's IDing all of this right now. This is perfect. This is the anatomy of what a good play looks like. And there he is. He's gone. Now, he's not worried about this. He's passing him off. But there's no one to pass him off to. He's like, cool, got my job done. I'm good here. And he's thinking, oh, yeah, this is what I wanted. Right foot's ready. Guy's open. Anatomy of a good play here. On time. Deliver a strike. Notice the finish here. Notice the body posture. Coming forward. Coming through the ball. Well-coached guy here. Drive this throw in. And then there you go. There's your dropper on cover 3. Here's your safety. Another one over there off the screen that you can't see. And we're here. Easy money. Huge chunk play. Easy throw. Tons of time. Down to the 3-yard line where we fumble and LSU gets the ball. That's football for you, right? So Ole Miss misses a huge opportunity there going in the end zone. They missed the touchdown pass earlier. They got tipped. But regardless, anatomy of a good play. That's what you want to see, right? That's on the player, not on the coach. But the coach sets up the play. Easy throw, easy pitch, easy catch. Everything about it straightforward. And LSU makes a play and picks up a fumble. Football is a numbers game. A numbers game. We're going to motion across. You're going to see the point here being made. It's 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Now look, the old way of thinking is just run the football. We're going to run the football no matter what they show us. We're running the football. The rest of this stuff is just window dressing. But not for good offenses. We're going to motion this across, and now we're going to look. And why is he looking? Because we're motioning across. How many defenders do we have over here versus this concept, right? Let's pay attention and see. Okay, we're setting in the bunch. He is very far inside. Is he going to bump out here on the snap, post snap? He could. He could. But right now he's pretty far inside. He's not splitting the distance here. I like this matchup. As a quarterback, you're thinking, I like what I see here. This is good. This is likely. I'm not going to run the ball. Now, if he slides out here, the run is probably on, right? But this is not a pre-snap play. I'm just not going to run this play to run it. And now he's coming. There he is. He told you based upon his spacing what he's likely doing. He's coming. And now what do you have? You have 3-on-2. Everything you want, everything you need. This is good offense, right? We're ready for this. We are one up in the advantage here. Running back, just make sure you get this chip blocked up here. We have 3 wasted players by LSU. This is the anatomy of a good play. 3 entirely wasted players and a 3-on-2 up top. That's what good offense looks like. And now we have a wide open first read running here to the pylon. Tutty. Because there's not a third player over there, right? I mean, this is what it looks like. Blocking him to the inside, rolling out to the outside, nobody coming in his face here to block the ball, right? Everything you want. That's what it looks like. Anatomy of a good play. Wide open, concept works, blocking scheme works, numbers advantage, touchdown. 1st down and 10. We have seen Florida face a similar look like this so many times under the Billy Napier era, and we've talked about running this exact play, I think even as recently as the Miami breakdown. I do so many of these, it's hard to remember each and every play, but I'm pretty sure in the Miami breakdown we talked about this idea right here. You have a conflict defender, safety sitting off high. He's going to be in the run fit first, and then he'll become a pass defender. And of course, we're in the 2x2 spread, right? Classic 2x2 spread here. And that's going to wind up being quality spacing. We're putting pressure on this defender. So we want to do something in our play that allows Perkins to do everything right. He gets a check mark from his coaches, yet he allows somebody to be open, right? That's the anatomy, again, of a good play. That's exactly what Ole Miss is going to accomplish here on this look. And we're going to start with a play fake. We want this run fake because Perkins has to be run fit first. He's in the run fit. He's got to be here first, play fake first. Now look at all this space. We've talked exactly about Florida running routes that bend out a little bit here. Don't run a slant route here. Don't run a hitch route in breaking, right? But pull a little bit out here. Now this is not going to be a perfect grade for me. Preferably, I prefer to have him keep his chest open. So this throw comes to him here and he can carry upfield. They're going to hitch him here. I think the optimal play here is actually to stay open. Stay open with your chest facing this way. Quarterback puts the ball onto you here, and you're able to get upfield. To me, that's optimal. I don't think the hitch here is optimal, but their spacing is optimal. Notice how he started here, and he's moved himself over here. He's moved himself away from the conflict defender. He now has done his job correctly. He notices this is not a running play. I now need to get out here into the passing shell, right? But he can't. He can't be right. Perkins can't be right there. It's not his fault. Now let's imagine instead of him turning all the way around, his chest is facing this way. This ball comes in here, and he can get vertical much faster, right? But it's first down and 10. We're going to get kind of a sweep here. Basically, it's like a handoff, essentially. And we're going to pick up, 9 yards on that play, right? 9 yards. And the reason this stuff is important is that now the defense says, hey, we can't stay in that look against them. We have to either pull our safety down in the box, which we don't want to do because Ole Miss will put us over the top. It's a better matchup. Or we must run a different shell entirely. But that's not going to work. We can't have that same look versus 2x2 because they're willing to take that throw. And that's how you open up other throws. Again, it's anatomy of a good play. It's very simple. Florida has that opportunity almost every game. But teams know that Florida does not ever throw a concept that's like that. And if they do try, it's just not run correctly, right? The routes aren't spaced well. The routes aren't run correctly. The timing is not right. It's just not right. And again, even on this play, I think it could be even better than what Ole Miss put on film. But they pick up 9 yards here, right? Basically an extended handoff, a safe throw, first read, easy money. All right, 4th and 3, game on the line. Ole Miss elects to go for it rather than attempt a 50-plus yard field goal here. And this is pretty great. ESPN is going to circle Daquan right here on their own. But this is when you know you're in your bag as a play caller because they think, hey, he's going to come across the formation here. Because they've done that a lot. They motion him across. We've already seen this before. They did it earlier, and they're thinking, yeah, I've done this before. Motion him across, look like he's going to block here, and then release him, right? Well, Ole Miss has other plans because what has been working? What have we seen working for Ole Miss? So we've seen the bunch set be successful. So we go back to the bunch. Again, Sean McVay would be so happy with Ole Miss in this situation, running one of his favorite concepts. It's a great concept, but we've seen Ole Miss be multiple in this game. They're not just running one thing. They're asking a lot of questions of the LSU defense. So now we are in the bunch set. How does LSU want to handle this? 4th and 3. Ole Miss can certainly still run. You're in a tough spot here on defense with what you choose to cover. And now we're in the bunch. And again, what kind of combos do we run? What is the goal here? First guy's going to go vertical. Second guy's going to go inside. We're going to sneak out Daquan. First steps are to the outside. Now, those first steps to the outside are very important steps. Notice how he steps to the outside there. And why? Because we're trying to break their rules. Our goal here is to hope that he makes a mistake and steps with the in-breaking receiver, doesn't really notice what Daquan is doing. He's often been blocking. He's blocked 2 times in a row. Perhaps he's blocking again. And now you got your safety covering the release here. He has taken the bait and run here when he should not have. He should be waiting for the outside releaser. He's not going to do it. He is not going to do his job. And again, make no mistake about it. Ole Miss had a feeling he wouldn't do his job. That's why they chose to go to this concept. Notice what we're looking for. It's the first read. That tells you the play caller is not just picking this out of thin air. They believe this is a concept that is going to work. They believe this is exactly what's going to happen. And LSU makes a mistake here as they do not handle this correctly. This is obviously not correct. We get our rules wrong. That's why the bunch sets are so prevalent in the NFL. It's why Sean McVay likes them so much. It's why the Rams offense is so consistently good. You can run from it, you can pass from it, and when you're running your bunch sets like this, you confuse all sorts of man-match rules, and it's very difficult to zone it, because if you play a static zone, you can just beat it with zone-beating combos, right? That's why it works, it's why it's good, it's why it's going to work here. And of course, lastly, we need a good place to throw the ball. Good pocket, right? Running back pick this up. There's Perkins. We're super clean here in the pocket. Right foot hits the ground. He's wide open. All we have to do is deliver this pass to one of our favorite targets for the win. And there's the one hand that could end it for us. And I kind of love in football how often that's the case. Like if you look at a lot of plays in football, you have a scenario like this where that ball is millimeters, if not just an inch away from being batted down. So frequent. The throw window is there. We're wide open. Game on the line. Wide open receiver. Right? Color commentator confused on TV. And this is what it looks like. Right? This is what it looks like. Is that guy open? Game on the line, 4th and 3 to win an SEC game. Is he open? 2 undefeated teams. Is this guy open? I would say he's pretty open. I would say LSU was unsure of what was going on in that play. And then we're off to the races. Only get down, get down, get down. And the game, there it is. That's your ball game. Anatomy of a good play, right? good timing, good play design, running it against the right guy on the right side of the field at the right time. That is how you help your players score points on Saturdays. That's going to do it for this film review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed bringing it to you. I will be back next week with the breakdown of Florida versus Texas, where I certainly expect to have more pain on the offensive end on the Gator side. But hopefully this was a nice reprieve for all of us. As always, I'm James DiVirgilio. Go Gators.